When a man once called Tatay Digong now stands before the International Criminal Court, it is no longer a matter of politics. It is a matter of law. And the law, kahit gaano kapakalakas noon, does not kneel before power. Former President Rodrigo Duterte's camp, led by his counsel Nicholas Kaufman, has now appealed to the ICC's appeals chamber, questioning the denial of his interim release. The argument is simple, that an 80-year-old man, once the most powerful in the land, is not a flight risk. That age and alleged illness should temper justice with compassion. But the Rome Statute, particularly Article 60, Paragraph 2, provides that release may only be granted if the court is satisfied that such release will not endanger the proceedings or the safety of victims and witnesses or risk the accused's flight. And here lies the crux of it. The ICC did not find comfort in Duterte's assurances. Because how can the court be at ease when even his own family, the sitting vice president herself, has publicly denounced the ICC's jurisdiction? When words like "we will never surrender him" echo louder than the pleadings of his counsel. The ICC is not blind to political undercurrents. It reads statements not as sentiment, but as signal. And so the pretrial chamber held, continued detention remains necessary under Article 58, Paragraph 1. That is to ensure appearance, prevent obstruction, and avert the commission of related crimes. The chamber found the defense's medical claims speculative, the guarantees of cooperation insufficient, and the atmosphere surrounding his detention still charged with intimidation. Now the appeal moves to the appeals chamber, a higher bench that will not revisit emotion but law. The standard of review is not sympathy. It is error in law or procedure. The defense must prove that the lower chamber misapplied the statute or ignored key evidence. Madaling sabihin na mali ang desisyon, pero mahirap patunayan na labag ito sa batas. This is not a retrial of humanity. It is a review of legality. Let us not forget, interim release is not a right. It is a privilege conditioned upon trust. And when a man's record is one of defiance, when his legacy is marked by thousands of deaths without trial, the court may find it difficult to grant him the benefit of the doubt. In truth, the appeal is as much about perception as it is about procedure. To his supporters, this is a crusade against foreign meddling. To the victims, it is a fight for long-denied justice. And to the law, it is simply the next step in a due process that he himself once denied to others. If the appeals chamber affirms the ruling, Duterte remains detained under the authority of the international community, a community he once mocked as toothless. If reversed, he may walk out but not free, for the shadow of accountability will follow him still. The irony is almost poetic. Noong siya ang nasa Malacanang, marami ang ikinulong na walang pagkakataong magpaliwanag. Now he stands before a court that listens patiently, meticulously, and lawfully. And perhaps that is the true justice of it all, that the man who built his power on fear must now rely on the very rule of law he once dismissed. Because in the end, ang batas hindi natatakot, hindi napapagod, at higit sa lahat, hindi nakakalimot. Another day, another Regal POV.
Another day, another Regal shocker.